Hello, this is another video from your Australian Californian friend, yours truly, as Milkmer so kindly referred to me. I very much like that designation, so I suppose I shall keep it. Anyhow, this here is another book haul, this time for the month of March of 2021. Yes, even though my library is so overwhelmingly packed that it's beyond the point of bursting, I still found reason enough to collect just a handful more of volumes to add further to the madness. Anyhow, these are books from various estate sales and rummage sales, and even some books I got from my mother, and a few library books and books I have on loan from people. I figured I may as well show those as well. And also one more book that I got from what has easily become my favorite location to purchase books from, the Bargain Book World. They are the most affordable, I find, and they seem to have a great selection of books at any time of the year. So I will consult them on the regular. Anyhow, I suppose I'll show... Yeah, I guess I can show this one first. So the first book I got here was one from my mother. And it is called Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, a Western Skeptic, an Eastern Master, and Life's Greatest Secrets by Dr. I don't know if you can see that there, but Dr. Clint J. Rogers. Yes. And essentially, what this book is about is it's about Dr. Clint Rogers, which is that fellow there, and his first year in following the teachings and basically procedures of this fellow, Dr. Pankaj Naram, who was a Ayurvedic healer of India. And, basically he lays forth for the reader all of these secrets and such, all these remedies, home remedies really, that have been passed down from a lineage that go all the way back to the personal physician of the Lord Buddha. And just all of these really miracles that this Dr. Naram had pulled off, and the fact that all of these remedies and such that have been tried and true for thousands of years, probably even before the time of Jesus, are tried today and they still prove to work, is incredible. I read this thing in 2 days. Mother had plenty of copies of this book because she was giving it out to people, and I decided I may as well read it to get a further understanding of Dr. Clint and also Dr. Naram, because... Oh, pardon me. Ooh, pardon me. I don't know what happened there. Because I was going to see... She was going to see him, Dr. Clint, that is, for a pulse reading in Los Angeles, and wanted me and my grandmother and my uncle to accompany her to this occasion. Anyhow, and I read it, and it was wonderful, simply wonderful. And my experience with Dr. Clint was thoroughly enlightening, and he even gave me this little bracelet here that was made and blessed by orphans from Nepal, or Nepal, however you say it. That there is just a postcard of the orphans there, and he even signed the book. I attended his session on the 12th of March of this year in Redondo Beach, and as you can see there, he says, 2 miles, the genius, he called me a genius, may these ancient secrets bless you, and may love always guide you, Dr. Clint J. Rogers. And I trust that they will continue to guide me. And I trust that hopefully all of you will consider this book and perhaps even the secrets that lie within. And from it, you will hopefully live a very long, happy, and I think healthy life, which is very important to us. And this really ought to be concerned by more people especially in the field of modern medicine. So that's the first book there. Next book, and I got that for free, obviously, because Mother had a few copies lying around. The next book I had procured from an estate sale, and I got it because it was $1, and because I had heard about this book, and was my brother also has a copy of it, and we were maybe planning on doing a book club together of it once we get through with the Thrawn books by Timothy Zahn, and perhaps maybe even Dune. We might even read this before Dune, I'm not too sure. But anyhow, the book in question is American Gods by Neil Gaiman, right there. This is the author's preferred text, so I have no idea as to the changes behind this one from the original. I'm not sure which material was added and which was redacted. I'm not too sure. But anyway, this is a very unusual edition because I'm not sure if you can tell or not, and this is not going to show up on video, obviously, but it's a paperback. But it feels very much like a very hard plastic of some type or other. I'm not too sure what that's all about. But anyhow, I got this book, and there's even a list in here from the previous owner of like various things to do and such and all that, which is kind of interesting. Just a little bit of history. And I have his Coraline, the book that inspired the very famous film, the stop-motion animated film. I haven't read that yet, but I will eventually. And so that's American Gods. Okay, next couple books I got the same day at a rummage sale from this very, very neat fellow, very cool guy. Yes, indeed. He was very much into Asimov and was also a fellow writer. He actually published in a number of periodicals and got paid, I think, $800 for 500 words or $500 for 800 words, one of those at one point. Very neat guy, knew a lot and such. I talked to him for about 4 minutes after I bought these books, but these are the books that I did buy from him. Anyhow, so the first is an Asimov, and that is Nemesis. This is an entirely independent novel from any of his series. It is not part of the Foundation or the Robot or the Empire or whatever real series he happened to write, so that might be interesting to look into. I don't know anything about this, but that was $1. And then also by Asimov, I got The Fantastic Voyage, which from my understanding is actually a novelization of a film that was by David Duncan, and Asimov apparently wrote the novelization for that. It was kind of like a situation like, the Kubrick and Arthur C. Clarke situation with 2001: A Space Odyssey, in which the film was conceived and the book thereafter was, or something of that ilk. Anyhow, there's that. I believe this is about these researchers who go into a submarine and shrink to the size of a tablet, like a pill or something, and explore the insides of a person, which might be interesting. And then another book I got from him was a book on William James from the Great American Thinkers series. If you don't know who William James is, he was the brother of writer Henry James, who is one of my great influences, and he's also one of the more well-known psychiatrists of the 19th century. So I figured I may as well read a little bit more about him. I do have one more book that I did get from that rummage sale. I don't have it here. It's actually at my brother's house because he wanted to read a little out of it. It's another Asimov, and this time it's called the Case Book of the Black Widowers. It's actually a collection of his mystery stories. Yes, he wrote more than science fiction. He wrote mystery, he wrote horror, he wrote drama, he wrote all kinds of stuff. But that was a collection of his mystery stories. I don't have it with me right now, so do forgive me. Hello, this is Editing Miles from the future here. I had said I didn't have that previous Asimov volume with me. I'm actually in my brother's car right now. Here it is, Case Book of the Black Widowers. This is his mystery stories, and this is the third in in a series of stories he's done. I haven't read any of these. I think my brother has been reading some, and I'm not sure if he's enjoyed them or not. Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has. And I'll give that a read sometime. Hopefully I'll find the other volumes here soon. Anyway, back to the video. But anyhow, the next book I have here was also from my mother. And I had read this book many years ago. Her and I had read this book many years ago when we were on a big alternative medicine kick and were learning as much about it as we could. And I figured I ran across it among her papers, and it was very much deserving of a reread. And she very much agreed, so she kindly gifted me this book, The 4 Agreements, a Toltec Book of Wisdom, by Don Miguel Ruiz. I think this is about different herbal remedies and such and all that, or I don't even remember what this book is about, to be honest with you, but we read it many years ago. We actually used to give this out to people, as I said, when we were really very much promoting alternative medicine in little, almost like golden book editions, like little trinket things. So I got that. I will read this sometime. I don't know when, but there's that. Next is just a random book I got at an estate sale. Not at an estate sale, at a rummage sale, same thing. But I actually got this for free because I had bought something else. I bought actually a Manatee. Hang on a minute. Yes, this Manatee here. This is basically, it's a silicon little Manatee, which you actually are supposed to put tea leaves in. And, you're supposed to put it in your cup and such, and obviously it'll turn the water into tea. A very interesting little thing. I got this for a dollar. It's made by, as you can see there, Fred. Whoever Fred is. But anyhow, I got this Manatee at that rummage sale, and because I got it, the seller decided she decided to gift me this book, which my brother suggested, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And it's all small stuff, simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life, by Richard Carlson. This is like one of those little self-help books that you see everywhere. I don't know. I might read it. I might not. I got it for free. So, I might. As you can see there's a little inscription there from the previous owner. Nice little letter. But anyhow, there's that. Okay, and then the last book that I bought. This isn't the last book that I have in the haul. This is just the last one that I bought. I went to Bargain Book World, in fact, yesterday. Well, at the time I'm filming this, it's the 1st of April. You probably won't see this until the weekend. But I went back to Bargain Book World, from which I got a number of books in my June book haul. And I was looking for a particular book because my mother, my brother, and I had just seen the film The White Tiger, the new film that just came out on Netflix this year, I believe. And we had enjoyed the film very much, and it got me curious as to the actual book. and I very much wanted to read it. So I went to Bargain Book World, and initially I was looking for a spine because, in bookshops, the spines are sort of lined up like that on the shelves and such, and that's what I was looking for. And I at first did not see it. Well, apparently this turned out to be one of the books with the cover facing outwards, and I wasn't looking for that. And when I did find it, I said, there it is. And I did find it. I was originally going to purchase it on eBay for about, I don't know, $4. The seller offered me about, I don't know, 20 or 30 cents off. I did not accept it because I found this. I did find The White Tiger by Aravind Aditya. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I got it for $2, you can see there. A very, very pretty book. Nice color. It's a sort of a purplish type of a color there. Purple, if you don't know, is my favorite color. It wasn't for a number of years. It actually used to be pink. Well, at first it was purple, and then it was pink, but now it's purple again. So yes, I did get the book. And this will be one of my next reads as soon as I get done with the bloody Foundation series and also these library books which I have here. But yes, I got that. So now the library books. My brother and I had just went to his local library for the first time in over a year. And it was very refreshing. In fact, it was indeed, they had a lot more than we had previously thought. In fact, they even had vinyl there. There was, I might show a picture of it. They had Stevie Wonder's The Songs in the Key of Life. Which I just listened to early this year. And that album is just as good as anything by any of the great composers. And also they had audiobooks, books on tape. They had, I think, one by Cheech Marin, or Marin, however you pronounce his name. I'll show a picture of that too. But we were looking there, and it was by appointment, because they weren't exactly open yet. They were going to open completely in April. And we decided to book it for an hour. And so we went there and decided to get some books. I only got, my brother got a fair few. He got a couple books here or there. He does since he is in IT, he got some, I believe he got some IT books, maybe. I'm not too sure exactly. And also he got just a few other books. And then obviously I got only 2 books. Only 2. And the first one here I received was The Coming of Conan, the Cimmerian, by Robert E. Howard. Now, move all these out of the way. I have a very interesting history with Conan and the fact that I was looking for the original stories by Robert E. Howard, not the ones that were written by those other people that seem to be sold as Robert E. Howard. And I had a very difficult time finding it. Now, but this time when I went into the library, I did find these stories. And I plan to read at least a few of these stories out of here. It is nicely illustrated. In fact, there's one space here where there is a very odd-looking creature. Very curious-looking one. Almost colloid in proportions. Or in description. I can't even find it. Bloody hell. Well, there it is. That very unusual colloid-looking creature there. Perhaps it's one of the things with which Conan spars. I'm not too sure. but it's very profusely illustrated, this little volume here. So I'll go ahead and read some of that. I haven't read out of this yet because I've just been real busy. I haven't found much time to read, actually. So I have to get these library books because, you know, I have deadlines and all that. But I'll probably renew this one. But that's the first one. And then also at the library, I heard about this book many years ago, forgot about it, and then was immediately reminded of it in $10 Slimer's series What's in the Box, in which they procured many boxes from off the side of the road filled with books, and decided which ones they would keep or which ones they would cast into the dustbin. And among that lot was this book, that being The Last Unicorn, or The Lost Journey, by Peter S. Beagle. This is actually going to be my next read. I'm going to read this as soon as I'm finished with this video. I'll crack it open. It's only 120 pages. So not very long at all. This will take, and also because it's the font is titanic in proportions, it'll probably take me about 3 minutes. I'm joking. It'll probably take me around maybe 3 hours to read. Maybe less, maybe more. I'm not too sure. Very nice illustrations in there too. So I will read this. Can you believe that this book actually originally was published as a first draft? Unedited. That's inspiration right there. So, those are 2 books I got from that library. And then also I have a couple books on loan from people. I have one on loan from my therapist. And since she is in employ at a church, there's quite a lot of Christian devotional books. I've heard of this book many years ago from somebody by the name of Gary Reviews. He no longer posts videos anymore. In fact, most of his videos are pretty much gone. He was a booktuber, but some of his videos were saved and uploaded onto another channel. And one of his reviews happened to be of this book, Let Go by Fallon. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Fallon. It's French. But this is basically a little pamphlet including various letters he's written to kings and nobility and such about Christianity and such. And I believe he was an archbishop of Catholic origin. So that might be interesting to read. It's a very little thing. It's like 87 pages. So that can get done in like 2 hours. But anyhow, there's that. All right, and finally, you saw, or you may not have seen, that previous video that I did on the Temric Testament, in which I took pictures of the... Oh, God, I'm very burpy today. I don't know why. Of the recipes in the back of that book. And that book happened to belong to my grandmother, and I was going to return it. I have returned it, and from her I did get another book among the series, which she did not intend to buy, but she bought anyway. That book being The Honey Phenomenon, How This Liquid Gold Heals Your Ailing Body by Dr. Joshua Levitt. This might be interesting. I myself actually don't really eat that much honey, to be honest with you. I haven't eaten honey in, 10-15 years or so? So I might look into trying it again, because apparently this has quite a few medicinal values. In fact, it might even abate certain allergies and diseases and such. And you know me, well, you probably don't know me, but I'm all about finding natural ways to heal yourself. I'm very much against modern medicine, as is my mother. So I might read that sometime. I was actually looking into honey because Brian Denlinger. If you don't know who Brian Denlinger is, he's at King James Video Ministries here on YouTube. I don't like his recent videos at all. But his past videos he's done from 6, 7, 8 years ago are absolutely wonderful. They thoroughly explain the Gospels, the Bible, and such and everything for people who don't understand. He puts it into modern day context even. It's just absolutely wonderful. And he even talks about food in some of his videos. Honey being among them. And I was learning about some of the medicinal values of honey and was sort of curious, so I might read this. Anyhow, that was just a quick, well, not too quick, it's like, 25 minutes that I've been doing this. A quick little book haul of some books that I got from the library, and also various books that I got from estate sales, rummage sales, from my mother, and also from one from not Dollar Book Tree or Dollar Book Fair, but Bargain Book World. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to try and see if I can fit all these in my library, except for these because I have to get those back. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time.